Hi guys, it's John here, Mr. Forexfire. So I'm going to be going a bit more in depth with a guide on harmonics, how to set it up, what we look at in each different stage, and how to do your entry and exits. Okay. Again, I did a video just the other week on this. It is an easy to follow video, but I've still been getting lots of different messages regarding this. So I'm going to try and break it down a little bit more. But if you do watch the other video, it's as simple as just having a notepad and a pen ready, pause videos at the areas where I speak about the different segments that I'm going to now, and just take notes, you know. And as always mentioned about going back and watching the videos. So I'm going to try and do the procedure now, okay? But I'm going to put it into segments, okay? And when I mean segments, it'll make sense to you in a moment, okay? So I'm going to head over to a chart and we're going to go through this very slowly, but also in a step-by-step guide, okay? All I want to ask you guys, anybody who watches this, because there is a lot of time and effort goes into these things, please engage. Put a comment in the YouTube video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the notification bell. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share the screen and I'm going to talk about something first of all, okay? So we've got the Euro card here, okay? And you always want to make sure you're starting on the 1 hour. And we're going to be going over how we set the indicator first, okay? What the indicator is, what it's called, and how do you find it. This is in the first segment, this video now, okay? So what you need to do is go to indicators, and you need to search for this name here. Okay, I've got it already highlighted. I've got it already on my favorites, and I'm going to tell you how to get on your favorites as well. So you need to go to the search and you need to go to auto harmonic. So that's auto harmonic patterns. And you should see that the name who does this as he who must know. Okay, so that's auto harmonic patterns and he who must know. Okay, so when you see that, give it a star, and what that does, this will highlight it. Now, when you put this on your chart, it takes a moment or two to populate, okay? So don't worry, you'll see the little eye spinning. It's just trying to find a pattern for us, okay? What you will find, and we'll just let it populate, you will get a number of things will come up on here, okay? You can see we have everything that's field, stop, target, 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got this, you've got all this manner of stuff. Take no notice of this. These will generally tell you entries and things out. You ignore this, okay? Now, when you get this highlighted on, there's one thing I need you to do. Go and press the cog on the HP-feed 2. Click on the settings cog, okay? Now, you're going to take off boxes and you're going to take off labels, okay? And then you're going to take off tables. So you should only be left with lines. This is on the style. So again, uncheck boxes, labels, tables, just leave lines on. So that's just going to leave this here, which is the main part, the harmonic, and it's also going to have these lines. You're obviously going to ignore these lines. On your inputs, I will generally get rid of the shark, the nen star. I don't like trading those patterns. Anti-nen star, anti-shark, these are for when they're being outstretched, and they're just the anti-patterns, okay? And click OK. Again, before you click OK, go to defaults, save as defaults. Every time you try to find a chart on here, this is how you are going to have it displayed on your screen, okay? So that's it for section 1. But again, watch us through, take notes if you want to. It's easy to follow. If you do struggle, please use the advanced chat in the Discord to put any questions in there. I will see you in the next segment. Hi guys, so in this segment, we are now going to how do we fill the pattern area to be more visual, and how do we find the D point and the candle. Okay, so on here we go to the left hand side of the instrumental panel, click on patterns on the little arrow to the right. Make sure you hit X, A, B, C, D. Okay, now you'll see there is different colorations in here. The best one to look for is whatever's on the right hand side. You'll see it's orange at the moment. So in this instance, we are using the orange outline. So X, A, B, C, D. And that is how you would fill your harmonic pattern out. Okay. This is how you fill your harmonic pattern out. So again, just to run through that, left hand side is an instrumental panel. You'll see that hover your arrow cursor key over until you see patterns. Left click and make sure you select the X, A, B, C, D. To make sure you're using the pattern, look at what is the pattern that is on the C to D. On here, it was orange, so we go within the orange parameter, X, A, B, C, D, and that'll be visual how you are marking out your pattern. Okay. In the next video, we'll go over the swing point and other dimensions. Hi guys, in this video, we are going to talk about the swing between the C and the D and the range, because you are working within a range. Okay, so you will go to the left hand side. You will see the ruler highlighted. Make sure it's highlighted blue. Doesn't matter whether you do it from the top to the bottom or bottom to the top, from the swing to the swing. And you will see on here, this is 0.01803. All you are doing to measure the pips is you're dropping the last number, which will be the 3. This is telling me there is a range, a pip range of around about 180 pips. It's as easy as that, okay? You're basically just dropping the last number, and then whatever numbers is left is your pip range, okay? That's how you measure the pip range, what you will have to work with within your harmonic pattern. Hopefully you're taking notes by now, and this is easy to follow. Please remember, drop your comments in the YouTube video and let me know if you need any further help. We'll go on to the next video, which will be the fib ratios. Okay, I will talk about fib ratios in the next video. Hi guys, now we are going on to the fib ratios. Okay, so what you need to do is on the left hand side instrumental panel, again, you will see instruments. You just need to highlight that, click on the arrow, fib retracement, and you need your fibs to these settings that we have here. Okay, again, they do not have to be in any particular order that is shown on here. As long as you just have boxes highlighted and ticked, you could have them in any order. All that is going to happen when you draw these fibs out, it'll put it in order for you. Okay, so you need a 0.25. You will need a 0.25, a 0.75, the 1, the 0, and the TP areas are 2, 2.72, and 3. Take a snapshot of this or pause the video, take notes, and then go onto your fibs, set your fibs up. Then what you can do is when you highlight them like this and have it set up like this, you can go down to the bottom, save as, and I have called this harmonic fire. So whenever you want to use the fibs, okay, whenever you want to use the fibs, you can simply go onto the fibs, draw it out, and then change it to your setting of the word harmonic fire. In the next video and segment, we will talk about how you apply the fibs and what we are looking for as the 1 hour harmonic chart. Okay, I'll see you in the next segment. Hi guys, so now I want to talk about using the fibs that we spoke about in the last video and how we would find the entry. And this has to be based upon the higher time frame of the 1 hour. Okay, so we would select the fibs, go to the D point on the top, okay, and then go to one candle. Okay, that's one candle to the wick. Okay, now again, to make sure you have everything spot on, you go to the magnifying glass, scroll into this area, make sure you have it, wick D point to the wick. Okay, now what we're looking for is obviously this is going to be the entry zone. Okay, now what you are doing is you've got your D point and one candle to the left on the 1 hour time frame. In the next video, we will look at how we define the entry and how we look for the entry. Okay, so this is how you set up your fibs. Again, just to talk about the fibs, if the fibs are showing something else, let's say it's looking like something different, as in this, I've got one called the firebox I call, which is normally a 50% retracement. If your fibs is not showing what it should be doing, in the last video I showed you how to save a template. From there, you would just go onto there, select your harmonic fire, and that's your fibs there. That's how you would select the fibs that you need. Okay, the next video we will speak about the entry and how we can refine the higher time frame 1 hour layout into the 15 minutes. Sorry. Okay. Hi guys, so as you can see on here, we are now going to go down into the time frames. Now, the reason why we are looking at the 1 hour for the chart layout, okay, we are looking for earlier opportunities within that pattern of the 1 hour to be able to get us an entry. Okay, now I'll say that again. We are looking for opportunities. Okay, so as you can imagine, you have a 1 hour chart. If you refine your entry to 15 minutes, you have 4 chances of an entry within that 1 hour. So 15, half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour. Okay, so you get 4 opportunities on the lower time frame on a fractal nature to then get the entry on the 1 hour, because the 1 hour holds more substantial weight when it comes to structure. So we just bring it down to the 15-minute time frame for the chance to find the entry within 4 chances of those time barriers. Okay, so when we go to the look back on what we've done, we've got the D point here, one candle to the left, it's on the 1 hour. We go down to the 15 minutes. Okay, we then are going to, if required for an extra sort of visibility, you can see we've got 2 candles here. Okay, we've got the D point, which is still going to be the D point for the 0, but then you're going to drag and drop this. Okay, you're going to drag and drop this into the area which is the 15 minute where we are, and you want to make sure that this is, in fact, let's go back to the 1 hour. I do apologize. Let's get rid of this. That's the candle there. The wicks on that there, I do believe. 15 minutes. Bring this in. One candle to the left. There wasn't that. I do apologize. One candle to the left. There we are. Right. So, as you can see, when we go back, we've got the 1 hour. Okay. This is the 1 hour. Wick to the wick. Okay. We are drilling it down to the 15 minutes. So you go to the 15 minutes. And again, you need to go one candle to the left. There we have. Okay, we'll just get that right on the wick end. And what you are looking at is the money zone, okay, which will be this area here. It's always between the 75 and the 1, okay? So in the next video, I'm going to talk about how we find this as an entry, what we look for to define the entry, to know it is the entry to get in on, if that makes sense, okay? So hopefully you've followed along with that, and we'll see you in the next video. Guys, so as you can see, we've highlighted now a money zone, okay? This area here is what we define as the area of interest when we need to get in on the entry of price, okay? Now, when you look at the D point candle, okay, you've got your D point candle. We brought it from the 1 hour down to the 15-minute. We are on the 15-minute chart, okay? We've gone from the wick to the wick. So that's the D point to the wick of the candle to the left. Just to reiterate, this gives us 4 candles within the hour time frame to work upon to find an opportunity of entry, okay? Now, this is where sometimes people get thrown with things. And I'm just going to get out what I call my fire wand, just so I can explain it a bit better, okay? Now you'll see we come out of our money zone, okay? We come out of the money zone, and you need to show a candle, okay? In this instance, we're waiting for a push down, so you need to have the wick of, let's say our money zone is going to be this. Let's say this is our money zone, okay? You're going to need a closer candle to push out of the area, okay? So this is your D point. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, okay? So that's a 1 hour's worth of candle. But on 15 minutes, you can see we've had 2 candles of an opportunity where we know we have broke price, okay? So what you then wait on is when the candle reopens, okay, when the candle reopens, you are waiting for the return of price to go back into the money zone. It doesn't always happen straight away. You wait for a return of price to go into the money zone, okay? For it to enter into a price, okay, to then tell we are entering a trade, okay? So as you can see on here, we have drilled it down to a 15-minute. We have got the 15-minute refined to the 1 candle to the left with regards to the swing point of the fib to come down. And we've got the D point, okay? So we've pushed out of the money zone by the candle body, not the wick. This has to be a candle body, has to close outside of the money zone, okay? As it closes outside of the money zone, you can then go onto your 75 line, click on the plus button, set an alert, okay? So you can set an alert for when you need to trigger your trade, okay? Or you can simply set, in this instance, it will be a sell limit, okay? Now, we will talk about TP levels in the next video. Hi guys, so again, we have now got down to where we have pushed out of price, okay? So is this going to let me do a bar replay? Yes, right. So we have identified structurally, just as a rundown, we've gone from the 1 hour, okay? We drew the D point out. We then went down to the 15-minute. We drew the fibs from the D point. The D point should always stay there when you go down to 15 minutes. all that you are moving is the lower end of the fib. Okay, so this should not have to move, even though the fib's showing up here. This stays here because that's where it was on the 1 hour. Okay, so what you got is you've got your line to the D point on here. You're drilling down to the 15 minutes. You would have brought your line into conjunction with a candle to the left. This is highlighting your money zone. Okay, so then what we wait for is a closer candle like on the description below. We are waiting for the candle to break out of the money zone. Okay, so we got the candle there. Okay, we then need to wait to go into an entry touch. Okay, you could have an alert set, or you could simply set this as a sell limit. Okay, to do that, you go to the left, prediction and measurement tools. On this, it would be a short, so you could do that from here. Now, this is where these fibs come into play. There is a few different things you can do. The 0.25 gives you a bit of what we call a buffer zone. Okay, so if price was to reverse up on us, okay, if price was to reverse up on us, then it gives you a bit more of a buffer to play with. Okay, that's on the minus 0.25. I would generally play on or around the area of the 0. The 0 is where the D point holds structure. Okay, it's where the liquidity will lie on its swing point. Okay, there is an even sort of refiner entry, which is just above the 25. Okay, you can refine that to just above that. Generally, what would happen is if price was to push out of the 25, generally you would normally get a bounce off the 25. It will go in the other direction. Okay, so just down to personal preference. Okay, so as you can see on here, we've had the push and close out of the money zone. We are now waiting for a re-entry, and if we did this on the 0.25 from the stop loss, we've got a risk to reward of just under 1 to 4. We haven't quite had the return to the money zone. You can see we've had another closer candle, but it's starting to come back into price. There's the wick entry. Okay, the wick entry, and you'll find that a lot of these do give you a wick entry, and then as we play from there, we are now in profits. Okay, and we've got a level of 2. Okay, these are our levels. And this is just down to personal preference, to be fair. We've got a level of 2, a 2.272, and a 3. And if we hit the next candle, you can see there, it's wicked into the area. Okay, now there's a reason why I have these fib areas, because they are quite powerful, to be fair. Then we've tried to push out, and there we have getting it within the hour. Okay, so that was a winning trade of a 1 to 4. Or just under 1 to 4. Okay, so let's just stop the share. Hopefully this video that I've shown you now has broken it down with a little bit more of an easier guide to follow. Okay, again, if you are still struggling, you can personally reach out to me within the Discord. Okay, I can talk you through a few things. Hopefully this video has been a little bit easier to follow. Please go back at the start of the video, get a notepad and pen, take notes, practice drawing these up on your charts, follow the guide, and I'm sure you will not go wrong with things. Again, back in the day, this procedure, this process was giving me just over 80 to 85% win rate on these, and I'm sure you will have success with this too. Okay, if you're having any problems and you're inside the Discord, you can do that inside the advanced chat. Put any questions or queries you have in there. Hopefully this video has been a bit more instructional. Okay, and if you don't mind, if you're watching this via the YouTube channel, please drop your comments inside of the YouTube channel. It gives me a bit more engagement on there, so I know that the videos is coming across as okay, and then I can then go on to produce more content and more things with regards to structure and structure videos to help you further along your journey of Forex. Okay, if you're seeing this on YouTube but you're not inside the Discord, again, just comment in the YouTube video below. And then what I'll do is I'll sort you out a spot with an invite code. You can come in and do this as well with the team. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll see you all later.